Good morning guys, today is Saturday and it has been a while since my last vlog. I'm really sorry, I've just been really busy towards the start of the month. And so today I've got a lot to do. As always, I have got to edit a next YouTube Artist Collective video. The theme this month was World in a Bottle and I really struggled with this theme and coming up with ideas for it. But I've got something and I wasn't too happy with the artwork. I was debating whether to actually put it up, but I thought it would be a good sort of idea to use the drawing and something that I'm not particularly happy with to actually explain how I go about critiquing my own artwork and pointing out things that I want to improve on for the next sort of piece that I do. And that way I'm not just always showing things that I do really well, but I'm also showing things that I don't think I've done well and talking about how I need to improve as well. I just think it makes it a bit more honest on my channel rather than just showing all of the best things that I produce all of the time. It's sometimes good to talk about the fact that I need to improve at things and show how I go about that, and I'm not like too defensive about it, how I just honest and just own up to the things that I know I'm not good at. So I thought that'd be really useful, but I've just got to do the voiceover for it. I've actually edited it all visually and I just need to do the voiceover and come up with a good thumbnail and title idea, because my latest thumbnails and titles have been working really well. I've got really good feedback on them and you can definitely tell by the views they're so much better with my last sort of 5 videos than my other videos in the past. So I'm really happy that my theories are coming true in a way. The things that I thought would happen, I thought they would get more views and they actually do. So that's reassuring that my new thumbnails are a lot better, and I'm just trying to keep them simple and less cutesy and girly and pastel pinky colours. I'm trying to avoid that, keep them more neutral. Oh, and also me and Darby have a little bit of news that we want to tell you guys later, something that we're really excited about. So that's just something that we're going to talk to you guys about in a bit. So this here is the finished piece of artwork, and like I said, the theme was World in a Bottle, and you might be thinking, how does this represent World in a Bottle? But because a lot of the other girls were doing things literally worlds in a bottle, like planets and different sort of nature things in a bottle, and I was trying to come up with ideas like that, but I just wasn't getting anything. I thought I would do something a little bit different. So my idea here was that this girl, she is really heartbroken because her partner has just died, the love of her life, her soulmate, and he was her whole world, and all of these little balls and bottles around her are all bottles containing all of the memories of them two, all of the happy and sad memories, and she's just really heartbroken. And she's got this bottle which is close to her heart, and it has a few scrolls and messages of things he would tell her. There was a few things that I didn't really like about this. I kind of like the face, but the eye is super wonky, and I only realised, I think I was drawing slightly on a tilt, so it seemed fine at this angle, and then when I straightened it, it just looks a bit higher, and now I can't stop looking at that. It just looks weird and a bit messed up. And there's just a few other things that I'm not sure of about it. So that's what the video is going to be about, me basically saying everything I don't like with the drawing. It's not particularly bad, but I just think I rushed through it quite a bit as well. Just before I start doing the voiceover, I'm just drinking the cup of tea that Darby made for me. This tea isn't very nice. What's this? I think I've left it too long. Do you know when you have tea and you get that floating sort of film on it? Sorry, Darby. Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and this is another YouTube Artist Collective theme that we do every couple of months, and this theme was World in a Bottle. I've just finished editing the video and it's just exporting. It's probably going to need about half an hour, and I'm just going to come up with the idea for the thumbnail and go see how Darby's getting on. Darby's been working on ideas for a media deck to email potential sponsors and brand deals, and it kind of just has all the stats for the channel and what the channel's about and what I'm trying to do and stuff like that, so that when I approach brands they can see exactly what they'd be getting and all of the stats, the views and the subscribers and the growth of the channel and how I can help them and stuff like that. So it's just a better, more professional way of approaching a brand and them seeing what you have to offer as well. Baby, how you getting on?
Fine.
What you doing?
I've just been looking at other people's media decks who are also on YouTube and just seeing what they what they have and how they go about it.
I've just been telling them that we're working on a media deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the sort of templates we're looking at for the slides. I just want to get a nice one so it's nice and professional. But yeah, good job, good job.
Yeah, cheers.
I've done the voiceover for the video, it's just exporting now. Got to come up with a thumbnail idea, which you can help me with in a sec.
Okay.
So I'm really set. How's the pooch doing? Hey pooch. Hey baby. They haven't seen you for a while, they probably miss you. Has anything changed with you over the last week? Or are you all the same? She's the same. Nothing changes with my baby. Get. I've just finished doing everything that I need to do for the video. I've picked the title. I decided to go with how this painting could be improved. And so the thumbnail, I tried to make it catchy and not too girly. I definitely don't think it's too girly, and I think it's nice and eye-catchy, and I decided to use my face in it as well, which is something that I don't do too often with my main art channel videos with the thumbnails, but I do like it and hopefully it does well. I'm just going to put it up now. So me and Darby are just walking Lottie, and like I said earlier, there's something that we want to tell you guys, and that is next month we are actually moving in together. We have got a house to rent. It's a semi-detached house, and it's going to be really nice because it means I have a whole room to do my art stuff, to be my art studio, and it just means that we have our own sort of space, because like I said, at the moment I'm either in Darby's house or my house, so I'm switching between both of them. And this means that I don't have to keep moving all the time, and it means we can record whenever we want to. We don't have to keep quiet or not keep quiet. We don't have to ask other people to be quiet, so it'll be a lot nicer and easier, and it'll get more work done, won't it, baby? Yeah,
it's just going to be a lot easier having no restrictions, like Kirsty said, not having to work around my family, and because there's obviously in my house there's my mum, my dad and my sister. My mum and my sister like to talk a lot, so it's hard to actually find quiet time to actually record, do the voiceover. So to have a house of our own, where Kirsty has the second bedroom as her office, her art studio, it's going to be really good, and we should be able to push out a lot more content. But yeah, I'm just really, really excited. I thought you guys would want to know, and yeah. Now that we're back from the walk, I just finished doing a photo for Instagram of this watercolour tiger that I did quite a while ago, but I've not got around to actually editing the image and taking the photograph to put on Instagram, but I'm really trying to post more on Instagram. So I took a bunch of photos last week, and so I'm slowly getting through editing them and putting them up. And so what I do when I edit them is I mainly brighten up the image. If it was a bit dark when I took the photograph, I prefer to take it at a lower sort of brightness, so it kind of preserves all of the details, and then I can brighten it up after if I need to. And so I'll show you what the original looked like. So there was the original. You can just see it's a bit darker. It's not as sort of bright and vibrant, and so what I mainly use is a tool called Curves, and what you do is you basically pick the white little picker and put it on the paper, and it makes that area white, and it just brightens everything up. And so that's how I make the paper look pretty much white. And so again, here it is after. Anyway guys, so as always, I just want to end off the vlog with a couple of questions, and the first one is, will you do a Prismacolor portrait tutorial? And yeah, I think I will. Once I seen this question, I thought that would be such a good idea for a video, because I know a lot of you guys that use colored pencils, you use Prismacolors a lot, and you definitely can get some nice results for portraits with Prismacolors. And because I think it's such a popular brand, I definitely think that would make an interesting video. And even if I don't do a whole portrait, I'll be definitely doing more tutorials with Prismacolors for facial features. So yes, you can expect to see some of them coming up. The next question is, how can you monetize your art?
So there are so many ways that you can monetize your art. It's really limited by your imagination because there's always new different ways that you can come up with ways to monetize. But let me list a few that are the most common. So in terms of actually selling your art, of course you can do things like just sell your originals, sell prints, sell other merchandise like on Redbubble. You can put your photos on and print it onto stuff like phones, pillowcases, bags, anything like that, even mugs and stuff. So you can do that. You can also do commissions where people hire you to draw something that they want down to their specification. Or you can do things more from like an information tutorial based like system where you either do courses or classes or like consultations like private tuition, or I do Patreon where I do a lot of tutorials on there. But you could do Patreon for anything, even if it's more like fan based sort of things like print packages, you can do that. And other things you can do is like YouTube, where you do get AdSense based on your videos for the views. Even though that's not like the most efficient way to go, it still does help. You can do affiliate programs where you get a certain commission for, you know, advertising of brands or certain supplies. You can do sponsorships and brand deals with different companies where they pay you to like review their products, whether that's art supplies or like a website, maybe a course website or something like that. What's some of the ways? I think, is that all I can think of? There's loads of different ways, really. But yeah, there's definitely lots of ways that you can monetize your art, especially nowadays. And the final question that I want to answer is, how do you prevent your artworks from smudging? So when it comes to smudging, you've both got to prevent the smudging whilst you're actually doing the drawing, and also afterwards. You don't want your graphite or charcoal drawings or pastel drawings to smudge after you've finished them. So when it comes to actually drawing, like preventing the smudging as you're drawing, you can like put tracing paper under your hand or put paper there so that it kind of stops your hand directly coming into contact with the drawing and smudging it. Or you can like draw it in a sort of routine way, like in a system, so that you're not putting your hand over areas that have already been drawn, and hence you don't smudge it as much. So you can work from like the top of the drawing to the bottom so that you're not smudging areas that are already done, and that helps prevent the smudging. But really you just got to be careful of where you're putting your hand. Putting something under it definitely helps, but you've got to make sure that you're not like blending with the thing that's under your hand. If you're moving your hand and you've got like tracing paper underneath or tissue or something, then it might end up blending that area, and you don't want to do that. But really, I think my main tip would be to be careful what parts you're actually drawing first. And when it comes to actually preventing the smudging once you finish the drawing, you can either use a fixative spray. I don't really use fixatives, but I would use them on stuff like pastel drawings, graphite or charcoal drawings if I was like doing a serious piece, not just something for a tutorial, but actually like a commission piece. I might fix it with a bit of spray, because this really just puts everything in place and stops and prevents it from smudging a lot more than it would if it didn't have any fixative spray on it. But normally with like coloured pencil drawings, you don't really need a fixative spray. I don't find that you need one. And also I like keep all of my artwork protected in display sleeves in a portfolio case, so they're not all like out and about. They're in the display sleeves, nice and concealed, and I put them all in the portfolio case so they're all protected as well. But anyway guys, that is it for today's questions. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye everybody.